the YouTube Assassin, and today, now, I'm going to be playing some Assassin's Creed Origins. I don't know what is going on with Part 3. I absolutely do not know why I'm having such problems with it. It is really annoying, and I'd like them to fix that, whatever the problem is. Anyway, we will go to Origins, we will travel to Siwa, we will do some stuff here and see what ends up happening. This game was actually a fun game. A lot of fun, in fact. And obviously the basis for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, what Assassin's Creed Odyssey would become. All around. I kind of enjoyed the direction that they started going in, starting with Origins. It was great. Ugh, already forgot the controls. It's been that long since I've played this. Let's see, I've done everything so far up to... Let's see, I did all of Siwa, I do believe. What were the quests that I was on? Wow, there were so many quests. Let me start taking stuff apart little by little. Let's go up here to Labu. See what we come up with there. See where the adventure takes us. What's happening, Yee Yee? What are you up to? That's a long jump. Everywhere that, well, almost everywhere that Bayek had to jump, there was hay. Meanwhile, again, when you're playing other Assassin's Creeds and you go back to old Assassin's Creeds, you forget exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So there is no, infinite jump around here. I can't just jump and survive every single jump like I can over in Odyssey, which I keep forgetting. Two totally different games. And that's what really sucks is when you're playing these games and you're going back and forth. Because right now I'm playing basically like all of them all at the same time. I'm playing some to entertain you guys. I'm playing some because, obviously it's work related. And I'm playing some because I am trying to get the just a bunch of information on a lot of the characters, the games, the just everything. I'm trying to do like a whole lore series, so it's going to be fun, but it's a lot of work. Reading tons of books, I'm reading tons of the comic books, watching movies that come out. I bought a bunch of the toys. I'm looking at the flavor text of the toys. The only thing I'm not doing is dealing with like fan fiction or fan art. because none of that is actually canon. Look at all these lines over here. Well, some of the controls are the same. I can still dodge. And the funny thing about this was your ability trees. You could just continuously put ability points into each of the skill trees. Eventually, you could just, with your bare fist, one punch a war elephant if you wanted to. That's how powerful you could become. Somebody actually did it. I was at a point where I was so powerful that I could actually stand in the arena with just my poison shield and stuff, and it would just totally tear people apart. Like, I didn't have to do anything. I could just stand there. And I would get to, like, round 1,000 or something. Which was pretty crazy. But, I mean, they allowed it. That's why, you know, like, once they had the Hecka chest trick where you could just continuously get Hecka chests, legendary items, they also gave you, like, a buttload of XP. Like, people were just accumulating tons and tons of ability points. And the skill tree in Origins was much different because, you know, like, it really didn't have, like, actual masteries like we do in Odyssey. The masteries in Odyssey are pretty much based on specific areas, whereas the masteries in Origins, there were only 3, and it affected the entire tree on that side. So if you had like I have, I think 130 mastery points in just Warrior, yeah, it affected all these things in the Warrior side. Same thing over here, Seer. You'll see Poison. Poison is like super effective. All dependent on where you put your stuff. Whereas in Odyssey, it all depends on like exactly like how you set it up. Which is not a bad system because, you know, like you didn't have to like grind at all. Like in this game, a lot of people felt that they needed to grind in order to obtain everything that they needed. Which, I mean, yeah, you got to grind in any game, but this one more so. And this is the first we see of the bird, rather than having eagle vision. Which I thought was a pretty cool concept. And a lot of people were upset that they don't have the shield. They wanted the shield in Odyssey. I don't know how I feel about having a shield in Odyssey. I mean, it would make sense because they are Spartan and Athenian soldiers, and that was like a big part of their war efforts, but I don't know. The combat is not that bad. Ouch. And I think the engravings and everything were a lot different in Odyssey than they were here. I mean, obviously they were different, but here there were no engravings, whereas in Odyssey you were basically setting yourself up for certain things. So in Odyssey you could place some engravings and you could enhance certain skills, whereas here, like, you couldn't. Like, they do have cursed weapons in this game where it reduces you to 25% health, but there's no benefit other than it just does extra damage, the weapon itself. But it's not really helping you any, as far as like a build would go, like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And believe it or not, this was one of the first games where a lot of people they got completely turned off because they felt it's not an Assassin's Creed game. The other cool thing about this was that, like, even though there was no multiplayer or co-op multiplayer, you could actually find the bodies of fallen assassins and, you know, like, help them out. You could go avenge them. So, like, here, we'll find a body here. Oh, yeah, and we also had the hidden blade here.
What is this?
Blue Dragon 11. Yeah, Lord Jiraxis, I think the next one will have it, honestly. It would make sense for the Vikings to have it. That and the Hidden Blade. The Hidden Blade will definitely make a comeback. I don't see the Hidden Blade not making a comeback. The Hidden Blade was big. I mean, we missed it in Odyssey, but obviously we could see why it wasn't there. But they really should have given us the Hidden Blade once we ran into Darius. Yeah, see, that I could see. I could totally see that. If they made it where it's optional, where you could choose to do wield, you see that? You want to know something? That's actually genius, because that would open up a whole set of new builds. We would be making all kinds of different builds based on that. You could choose to dual wield and you know, like, maybe have like a pair of daggers, maybe have a pair of even if it's not a pair of daggers, you know, like maybe like a sword and something else. Sword and shield. You could work it out like that. That would be fantastic. That would actually open up a lot of options. So that would really make sense if they did it that way. I really hope you're right. I really hope they take that idea. Because that would be such an incredible concept. If I was playing an assassin style, I would definitely have dual wield. If I'm playing a warrior style, definitely sword and shield. Or yeah, or twin axes. Look at that. Man, you're full of great ideas today. Look at that. That would actually be awesome, honestly. Well, internet user, a build basically is when you have your character, there are three main tiers that you can go. You can go assassin, hunter, or warrior. And when people say a build, like they're doing a build, they're making a specific set of characteristics for that character, for their playstyle. So the three main ones would be assassin, warrior, or hunter. And then some people will divide it. They'll make like an assassin that's like a poison assassin. They'll make a fire assassin. They'll do all kinds of things like that. It all depends on your playstyle. Some people, like, they like the poison only because fire is unpredictable. Fire goes everywhere. Who are these guys fighting? Oh, they're fighting oh, they're practicing. What the heck is wrong with me?
I should not be seen in this area.
The only thing I don't like about this game, you cannot lower nation power.
Call me crazy, but I think something is close.
No problem. Anytime you have any questions, you feel free to ask. There's no dumb question. And unfortunately, like, a lot of people just, you know, they don't follow suit. They feel like they can't ask because everybody else is so much more experienced and whatnot, and they don't want to feel dumb. But over here, like, you're safe. Like, I actually enjoy answering those kind of questions. What's happening all day?
Hold on. join the dead. Got you now.
All day, we were just talking about options as far as the next game.
So much for the commander.
Like, could you
He may
imagine
be carrying important information.
where you could choose to have a sword and shield or dual
This may
wield?
tell me what their plan is.
How many builds would that open up? Well, yeah, there are dumb questions like that, but...
Alarm! To me!
It's like I went fishing with a friend and he said, "Is that the other side of the river?" And I was like, "Nah, dude, it's a mirror." Biggie balls.
Hey, what? Mine!
Yeah, as Vikings, could you imagine, you know, like being able to either dual wield, like Lord Draxus just came out with like dual axes or sword and shield. Like things like that would be awesome.
Hey, wait!
Hey, what's happening? If you were playing as like, let's say, assassin build, like you definitely would like dual wield like what do you call it, daggers or something. I would hope they do. I would hope they give us the freedom to use weapons and shields and stuff like that. Just let us have free reign, you know? A lot of people were upset that they didn't have shields. A lot of people were upset that we didn't have the hidden blade. Being that Vikings brings us closer, like, you know, obviously past the origins, we should have the hidden blade. Yeah, see, that would be awesome.
Anything? Hey, what?
Anything like that that would like really just open up like the possibilities when you're doing a build. You know what? That's not a bad idea. The Dragon Age, their weapon system was fantastic. I'm mad that you said that. That is a brilliant idea, honestly. Knuckle punch him. What's happening, Joker? See, man, now as soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm going to go back on my PS3. I'm going to play me some Dragon Age Origins. Just because you said that. Just because you got me nostalgic. Honestly, though, do you guys even think that they're following the... I don't know if everybody has played Dragon Age. Do you think they're following kind of like Dragon Age's lead? Because they're kind of going that way as far as like everything goes. Oh, if they remaster that on PS4, it's over. It's over. And I keep forgetting I'm not in Odyssey. Bayek can die if he drops. Yeah, man, that Dragon Age, what was the one that they came out with for the next-gen consoles? I can't even remember it. I have it somewhere. I don't even have, I'm not even by my shelf. What was it? It wasn't
I
an
will
Inquisition,
destroy
was
these
it?
cuts, and Jibade will soon meet Anubis.
Yeah, so do I. I forget that that's possible in Origins. Oh, you know what they should have done in Odyssey too, which would have been cool? They did do it where like we could remove the hood, which is cool, but I think it would have been cooler if like as far as Alexios goes, they actually gave him like, like you could choose to like give him a beard or not. Well, even Cassandra, you could like choose a hairstyle or something, or give Alexios extra hair or not. That would have been cool if they would have done it that way. The other thing that I think was really cool was this is a prize if you completed the Discovery Tour. Sanu could either be brown like normal, just like Icaros is, or you could change Sanu to white. You know what? I did play Dragon's Dogma. I played it like a while ago. I think, in fact, it was free on the PS3 at one point, and I had it, and I absolutely loved that game. There were like a lot of games, RPGs especially, that they really they were overlooked. I kind of feel like, but they're absolute gems. There was another one that escapes me, and it was like you were dead or something, and then like they threw you in like this pit with like all these other dead people, and like a dwarf was bringing you on a cart, and all of a sudden you're alive or something. Like somehow you came back to life, or you weren't really dead or something. It begins with an A too. It's like I can't remember. Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, I play Fortnite. I don't play it as much as my son does. Little Strider plays it, and he's playing it right now. He's murdering everybody on it. Yes, Kingdoms of Amalur. That's what it was. I actually like that game. I thought it was great. I mean, like it wasn't perfect. It did have like a couple of things that, they needed to fix, but like in terms of like just like story and fun and whatnot, yeah, I think it was great. I have the problem where like every time PlayStation or Xbox gives us like free games, I'll take them, but like I won't play them exactly. I have so many games that like I've never even touched. Even hard games, what do you call it? Hard copy games. I have tons of hard copy games that I've never even touched. Yeah, it's messed up when the devs go under, man, and they make like decent games. I actually like the Telltale series of games, but like they had the same problem. They went under. Some of them were missed though. Some of them, like I love the Walking Dead series. The Minecraft series was cool. Um, what was the other series? Oh, the Batman game was kind of cool. The Game of Thrones game, it was I could leave it. It didn't interest me, and I love Game of Thrones, but I couldn't get into that thing. Yeah, I don't think I played that one. All right, all day. You enjoy that. Thanks for stopping by.
They will attack on sight here.
Man, I wish that there were broadcast settings on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. That would have been awesome.
Stop there! Conqua! Et mortui sunt!
The Division 2. I had the Division 1 and it like bored me to death. And it actually angered me. I really hated the concept that I'd be like headshotting enemies and they would still be walking. And then I'd have to murder them for like a prize that was like a little hat with a crazy puff on it. What's happening, Jason? How you doing?
Gladius meus tibi!
Yeah, the first one really upset me. The first one was just, it was crap. I mean, I know a lot of people liked it. It bored me. It got me so angry. Oh, that's right. You can set traps here too. I forgot that they could light the braziers. I forgot so much on this game. Booty points. She redeemed those booty points last night. I miss the old school ability to assassinate and stuff. And I keep forgetting that like you can jump from a high distance and die. It's not like Odyssey. And I keep forgetting that. Oh, wait a minute. Do they still have the Final Fantasy crossover active? They can't possibly. Maybe I did it in this one? No, I had to have done it. The Final Fantasy crossover was hilarious. They gave you Que, legendary mount, which is the camel. Where's the other sword that they gave you? They gave you, here we go, Ultima Blade. And then the shield they gave you was, where is it? I think this is it. The Zedric? Yeah, it is the Zedric. Look at that, I've got 3 of them. An XP glitch in this game? No, but there is a money, what do you call it? There is a way to get infinite amounts of money, and then you could use that money to purchase experience points from the Assassin's Bureau. And that's how you got like your infinite stuff. And then that's how you would get these kind of abilities. Like I have what do you call it? 130. This was the tree that they had in Origins. And there were no masteries except the 3. This one affected all your poisons, your fire, anything like that, all your elementals. This one over here affected like your hunter stuff, your arrows, all your any of these abilities here. And then warrior, this affected, you know, like obviously your fighting skills and whatnot. And the crazy thing was that there are people who have such high amounts of points in the warrior mastery that they are able to actually one punch anything in the game barefisted. No weapons, no nothing. You just one punch everything. Here's the Chocobo mount.
Whoa.
Fun fact, if you leave the camels alone for a little while, they just take a dump wherever they're standing. I was trying to continue to play Assassin's Creed 3, but for some reason it keeps stalling out. I don't know what it is. Did you see that? I have a hidden blade. Nah, 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 nah.
Άλογος πράξεις. Αλόγονθρο. Νόλite ήδη! Ego, stand up, give it
That would be cool if we had skins for the bird. Supposedly they're doing a discovery tour for Odyssey, so maybe they'll do it. What's happening, A-Man? Yeah, if you leave the camel alone long enough, if you're standing next to the camel and everything, and you stand there long enough, it'll take a dump.
Sereno.
You'll find all kinds of crazy things happening in this game. There are times where like I've been like swimming in the like water and like a boat will pass by, and there's like a soldier taking a leak off of the freaking edge or whatever. What's happening, Blorox? Yeah, let's leave this camel alone. Let's see if he takes a dump. They do crazy things like that. It's such details that they put into the game that's just hilarious. No, this one's too. And then, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2, they were all excited because they had the horse's sack shrink in the cold. Which is just, I don't know, excessive. What seems very racist?
Whoa.
Skins for the bird.
Yeah. Whoa.
Why can't this camel go up this small little path here? For doing the Discovery Tour, completing it, you could turn Sinew white with like these like little streaks and everything. Do a barrel roll, Sinew. Come on. I forgot how to make him do a barrel roll. That's how long it's been since I played this game. Yeah, I'll turn on the regular Sinu so you can see what it looked like. Oh, here we go. You mean Senu's not available? There we go. Senu looking like Icarus. And then Discovery Tour, you could change the skin, which was kind of cool. A lot of differences between the games, but then there's like a lot of similarities. What's happening here, stupid? What are you up to? I've got like almost 1,000 hours logged into this game,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Yeah.
I'll probably have the same amount logged into Odyssey. In fact, as far as Odyssey goes, how is everybody feeling about Odyssey? Are you guys bored now? Are you guys waiting for like Tuesday or the next DLC?
The gods here are vigilant.
Right now I'm at a point where like I don't know. Like all I'm doing now, hey, what's happening? Yeah, Senu lowers nation power. I wish you could lower nation power in this game. That would be so cool. But as far as Odyssey goes right now, I only log in daily to do the daily quests. And then I'm also doing, what do you call it besides that? I'm doing the daily quests, and every once in a while I'll like try to get like a couple of ability points. I'm probably going to be playing it more right now because I'm trying to like do like a lore master kind of series. Yeah, I'll probably take longer when I get to Tuesday because on Tuesday we get like the weekly reset. So I'll probably be, you know, like doing the weekly reset. But other than that, I'm really waiting on the DLC. Like I'm pretty much prepared for like the next. Yeah, I'm doing the daily quests every day, and then I'm doing like Tuesdays weeklies. The Epic Mercenary, Epic, take it easy, Biggie. On Origins, I have 100%, but I think this is one of my new game pluses where I started over. So let me see what this is. Yeah, this one isn't 100%. This one's like whatever. You know, a lot of people really wanted to see a Bayek sequel. I was one of them. If you look at a lot of my older videos, like I was really rooting for a Bayek sequel. Because by the end of the DLCs, there was a lot that was left open that was unanswered. And I kind of felt like we needed answers for that stuff. Especially for the kid, the kid that you meet there. Actually, with everybody like begging for the ore glitch, they're already in the process of patching it. That's why like a lot of people can't use Call to Arms because Ubisoft thought that the Call to Arms thing, the April Fool's joke that I pulled, was part of the ore glitch. So that's why you like I said, you know, you could get the Axe of Kratos, so they kind of like pulled that. Now what's going to happen is the only way you could like do an OR glitch, you're going to have to hack the server, and in hacking the server, that's a federal crime. So you're looking at jail time. Yes, seriously. I kept telling people like chill out, chill out, chill out. No, nobody wanted to listen. So now Call to Arms, everybody who's doing Call to Arms has a problem with Call to Arms, and it's because Ubisoft has been paying attention. Yes, that's why you can't use Call to Arms. Because so many of you are on the channel talking about the OR glitch. They started reviewing all my videos. They found the April Fool's video, and they broke it thinking it had something to do with the OR glitch. What's happening, Mystic? Nah, this just happened recently. Like mid-April. Unanswered questions, a couple of them were actually like, what happened to Bayek's Apple of Eden that he left with this kid over in the last DLC, the Emperor DLC. When you leave that DLC, when you get to the end of the Valley of the Kings DLC, you have you left your apple with that redhead kid. And the thing is that I did research on the redhead kid and his name and everything like that, and his whole backstory, his name, his appearance, the way that he looks like almost like a Gerudo or something from The Legend of Zelda. He has like a massive backstory. Like I kind of felt like he was a trickster. He actually stole the orb, faked his death, and went about his business and stuff. In fact, let me see. Hold on one second. No, I can't say anything right now because they're in process of patching it. Well, we were just discussing that. We were talking about how awesome would it be if in uh, the next game in Vikings, you could actually choose to either dual wield your weapons or just go with like the traditional like sword and shield, which would be cool. You could do like a lot more builds that way.
I am Ta. I arose from the watery silence of Nu. Stand upon the primordial hill.
At this point, if you do it, you're probably breaking the law.
Tomb raiders
I
are
love
taking
Retta.
the treasures of our people, Bayek. They steal from our sacred tombs and leave our dead destroyed. We must stop them. And by we, I mostly mean you. But I will
Of course
reward
you
you
mostly
well
mean
for
him.
dealing with these heathens.
Misen?
I feel like Retta is a sage. And I've actually done a video on that where I feel like he is. The old Heca chest trick used to get the quest from him,
But as I gazed
go
into the
and do the
vault,
quest,
the abyss,
go
I
in front of
understand
him,
nothingness, and weep.
and then when you went in front of him, you actually turned off your internet, turned in the quest. He'd give you like whatever, epic, legendary, XP, drachmi, and then you'd have to do it again. You would turn your internet back on. You would see the quest pop up after like 10 seconds, like if you never did it. And then you turn your internet off again. You talk to him again, and he would give you your prizes again, and just continuously do that. See, what angers me about the Odyssey, they said that Odyssey was supposed to have like over 60 hours of gameplay in present day, which would have been awesome.
Stop!
Yeah, well, the whole reason they did the ore was because we figured out how to like hack the Retta and his chest. Because we figured that out, like they immediately decided, okay, we're gonna do this. They probably still have all those other, yes, it's coming soon, and if you keep asking about that, they're gonna patch that too. I'm telling you, Ubisoft monitors my stuff. That's how they came up with Cassandra being related to Aya. That's how they came up with Darius coming out in DLC.
We gaze in
Oh
wonder
snap, it's
at
the
the
Pharaoh.
abyss and let ourselves fall into slumber.
Messing this Pharaoh up. Yes, I will let you know how it was done. And then Ubisoft will probably take that information and put us all on notice. The curse is lifted. Yeah, it didn't deal that much. What happens is that, look at my abilities. I've got 130 points in Warrior, 105 in Seer, and 105 in Hunter. Like, back in this day, you used to be able to, like, just constantly put your points in one of the 3 masteries, which totally decimated everything. In this game, you had the ability where if you put enough points in the warrior class, you could one punch anything bare-fisted. You could go up to a war elephant and just like smack it and murder it.
We have this, Harry. Your time has...
You! Stop! Hey!
And in this game, we didn't have mercenaries. We had I forgot who they were. They were kind of like mercenaries. They were always hunting you. It was a specific group. And this game didn't glitch as much as Odyssey did.
Enough there.
Well, that was my thing. That's why I was saying, like, could Retta be a sage? Because if he was a sage, things would kind of make sense. He's lived by himself. He's wise. Somebody else tried to say, oh, you know, like he's a gangster because, you know, he's got all that money because he's a dealer or whatever, but still. Okay, so how the heck a chess trick worked was I just completed the quest. Right now I would turn my internet off.
Your payment as
Talk to
promised.
him, get my XP, get my free whatever, and then turn my internet back on. When I turn the internet back on, it would show, what do you call it? It would show like the quest reappear. And then I would talk to him again, and he would give the stuff again, and he'd just keep doing that back and forth. Over and over and over. And then that's how you would like actually get the thing. Man, a lot of my freaking Origins videos, like I'm looking back right now, and they're like sick. And by the way, yes, I did just show you. But you don't know nothing. Shh. I don't know why people couldn't figure that out on past streams. I'm looking at a bunch of my old stuff. I'm looking at will we be playing as Darius, and people were bugging out. Oh no, we're not. You're stupid. It's the Pharaoh's shadow. Leave them alone, Pharaoh. Leave them alone. Oh yeah, I forgot you needed all those shards of stars for stuff, which was crazy. Hold on one second. I'm very close to finding... Where in the hell was it? Yeah, Origins died out like really quick, which like really upset me. Because like everything they're doing with Odyssey right now, that's what they promised to do with Origins, and they never did it. But they like promised it because people were going nuts over Origins.
Oh.
I don't know. They just they I don't know. It was like kind of crazy. They were doing all this like madness. I remember being really upset about it. Because, like, I was expecting so much. Yeah, Far Cry 5 came out. That's why. Far Cry 5 came out and they stopped giving all kinds of like love basically to Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Origins really, which just made me so mad. Ah, here we go. Okay, hold on one second. This is wow, this is March of 2018. Hold on one second. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna put in a link. This is to like one of my past videos. And this video actually shows like a metric butt ton of information that made me believe that we were going to get a Bayek sequel because it has all the unanswered questions and all the crazy research that I did, which if you know the channel, you know I always do like I always do crazy, insane amounts of research. No, I didn't watch it. You mean server is invalid? You hit the link and it says it's invalid? Huh. All right, hold on one second. Let me see if I can do it a different way. Wait one moment. And it actually has the same exact person who disliked it. Who always dislikes my stuff. Okay, hold on one second. I got you a new link. There you go. Try that one. Yeah, it's why I believe that we were going to get a Bayek sequel because there were so many unanswered questions. And like in that video, I'm literally giving you all the reasons that we have I'm giving you all the reasons why I believe that Odyssey was going to be a Bayek sequel. There were so many things that were going on. There were so many things that like we had missed that we didn't get, that like especially when it came to that redhead dude. That redhead dude has a major backstory according to actual legend. According to real life data. You know what? There's always one person, Jason, who always dislikes my videos on purpose, and I know who he is, and I know why he does it. And, you know, it's really childish of him to do it. But he does it. Yep, I did know that there was a Cassandra sculpture in Origins. I didn't know it initially, but of course, Fizzy actually posted something like that. Yes, that dude in the desert, that redhead dude. There's a whole big backstory about him and a whole lot of information that I uncovered about his name, his likeness, and all that stuff. And nope, he didn't give up his life. I think he faked his own death, and they just left it open. They left us hanging. Yeah, but the thing is that where he was, why would bandits show up?
Hey, now.
Yeah, Bayek gave him his apple, and then all of a sudden Bayek comes back. If you go back to that area, you'll find that he's dead. You'll see snakes all around him, but you won't see what do you call it? You won't find the apple, and you won't find a reason as to why he was killed.
Out of the way!
What is wrong with you?
Idiot. Clear the way.
But why is he dead? How is he dead? Exactly. Cliffhanger. Why is that a cliffhanger? I'll tell you why, because they intended to give us more information, and they never completed the information. It was probably going to be like a, what do you call it? Like something like the Tales of Greece that we get, and they didn't do it. They stopped doing it because they were working on Far Cry 5 or whatever. See, I don't know why they would go to the Viking time. That's what makes no sense to me. I want a Vikings game, trust me. But in my opinion, right now is not the right time to have a Vikings game. There's so much that they still should have completed in the past, you know? And honestly, like now that we know, and here's a spoiler, we know that Elpidius, who was Cassandra's child, had children in Egypt, leading all the way to Aya. Where was Cassandra that whole time? There are so many connecting points between the two that we should see, and they never gave it to us. It doesn't connect, and that's the problem. This is what's actually striking a nerve with me, is that yeah, but the thing is that like there's so many points that they were connecting between Origins and Odyssey, and then you put us in the Viking era? Yeah, see, that's not good enough for me. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to take all that information, they're going to put it in books, they're going to put it in comics, and it's really, it's really not right. It's just the same way that they messed with, what do you call it? Yeah, they should have a First Civilization game. They're not going to do it. Like look at what they did with Juno. In Origins, we were supposed to fight Juno. These gods that we fight in Origins was actually supposed to be Juno. The original thing said something like Juno entry point or something crazy like that. Like Juno was invading. And then all of a sudden, like they stopped. All of a sudden, we were fighting gods. We were fighting Anubis, Sobek, and what's her name? Yeah, because they stopped, and it really wasn't that we got screwed by the comics. What happened was that they stopped working on it, and they thought that it would be a great idea for the comics, so they said, yeah, here, go for it. Knock yourself out. There's a lot of things in like the novels that like we don't see and stuff like that. Like right now I'm working on a series where it's basically going to be like a lore master series of everything that is going on. So I'm going to start with Altair. And there is so much information that I found in like the books, that I found in everything but the games, that give us like all this backstory on Altair. And I didn't even know. Like in the game, he's got this bad blood with Abbas. When he first returns, Abbas tells him, you know, oh yeah, you know, run to your master. You want to put your tongue to his boot, you know? Yeah, you know what? It's so crazy. And the thing is, I just bought, like, no lie, Silent. I bought like a ton of comic books, novels. I bought toys because they had flavor text on them. All kinds of things that I bought just to like read. And there's so many different stories and areas and things like we don't even know about. You know, the apples themselves. Like if you look in Odyssey and you fight the mythical creatures, after you kill them, you could rip like a feather off the Sphinx, and it becomes a piece of Eden. Like, what is going on there? Like, did these things actually have other uses? When you first meet Cassandra in Atlantis, you go to Atlantis, you see Cassandra, she comes out, she's holding a piece of Eden, it transforms into the staff. Well, that's the thing, Mystic. That's why, like, this whole series is going to be me delving into these things, trying to answer these questions. And whatever questions I can answer, I'm going to open up and I'm going to throw stuff out there. Yeah, I'm telling you, Silent, there's so much stuff and it blows my mind and it makes me mad. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys actually doing? Like, there's stories that we don't even know. It's like in AC3, Connor, he had a daughter. How did that happen? Juno was defeated by Desmond Miles' illegitimate son. He got some chick pregnant while he was in New York being a bartender and didn't even realize it. What happened there? And then the kid is a prophet. The kid is one of the sages. No, and that's what gets me mad about Ubisoft. One of the people that used to watch my streams and a lot of my videos, Dead Wolf, out of nowhere says, "I bet you Ubisoft watches your stuff." And I was like, "Nah." And then all of a sudden, when Odyssey first came out, I questioned. I said, "Is it gonna be that we're as Darius because it's during the Peloponnesian War during Xerxes?" And of course, Darius killed Xerxes. And I did the research and I said, yeah, this is around the same timeline. Could we be playing as Darius? And so many people cursed me out. No, you're an idiot. You're an F this and F you and this, that, and the other thing. You're a moron. What were you thinking? And then meanwhile, we have a DLC where Darius is existing. And then I put out a video, hey, is Aya and Cassandra related? And I was like, nah, it would be impossible because X, Y, Z. And what did Ubisoft do? They said, yeah, Darkstrider, that's a good idea. And we're going to put that in the game. And that's going to be the ending of the legacy of the Hidden Blade. Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy. So was I. I was surprised that she was a descendant of Cass, and like I said it like jokingly, like, you know, oh, would she be it? And I was like, nah, and these are the reasons why she wouldn't be. Even though they kind of look the same. And everybody was like, oh, wow. And then all of a sudden, what happened? Boom! So I think Ubisoft watches my videos very closely.
Halt! Stay there!
No, I won't stay here.
You're finished!
No, I'm not. I'm not finished till I kill you. There, now I'm finished. They probably did. They were just like, what's up with this guy? And the funny thing is that, like, on my left hand, I am missing my ring finger down to the stub, just like Altair. And that was because I was in an accident. As you know, I didn't do it purposely. And so many people ask me, like, you know, did you do that purposely? And I'm like, no. Why would I do that purposely? Oh, for the whole YouTube assassin thing? No. Who removes a finger purposely just to gain subs and stuff like that? That's nuts. Hey, Carrie. Really, Alexa? You've got the new mount? I love the new mount. Yeah, everybody like bugs out about that. People are always asking me. They're like, "Well, why are you missing that?" And I'm like, "Look, I was in an accident long ago, before Assassin's Creed even came out." Does it really? Nice. That's hilarious. YouTube assassin and it pops up. Awesome. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. It doesn't lower nation's power, which is sad. It makes me weep. Yeah, people always ask me, like, people that know me, that they know that I've got the YouTube channel, everything, they always ask me if, like, I purposely removed my finger. And I even tell people, I'm like, what doctor would purposely remove your finger? And do you think that I have the cojones to, like, actually sit there with a knife and remove my own finger? Why would I do that?
Worms can have you.
Like, I just got drunk one day and said, you know what, I want to be an assassin, and just took off my own finger. People are crazy nowadays.
You're dead.
Because they wanted you to, like, actually buy it as an ability, that's why. I think it was an ability in here, too. Hold on, let me see. I'm pretty sure it was an ability. Let's see. Yeah, they had Seer, Warrior, and Hunter. They didn't have Assassin. Call Mount. Look at this. You actually had to set it up so you could call your mount. Dawn and Dusk. Firebomb. Salesman. Oh, yeah, they could sell it. Let's see. 2 kill XP. Backstore. Purchase rarer quality gear in shops. That's kind of cool. Chariot Owner. You could purchase war chariots. Over time, while in the afterlife, you regain arrows and tools. Yeah, that was one of the new things for the new thing. Buy materials. Berserk. Breath-holding champion. Flesh decay. Sleep darts. Poison darts. Animal taming. Smokescreen damage. Pyromaniac. Smokescreen. Wow, this wasn't in the Seer thing. Oh, Origins is totally worth buying. Origins was great. Yeah, there were abilities that were exclusive to the DLC, just like there was for Odyssey. Like over here, Favor of Osiris. When you're actually in the Valley of the Kings, you regain arrows. Air attack, regeneration, overpower, charge heavy attack. Look at this. They even have the overpower attacks. Overpower ultra. Parry. Adrenaline. Shield charge. Oh, I think this is it right here. Yeah, kill loot. See, automatically loot an enemy after you kill after a melee kill. And I think you could do that in Odyssey as well. But again, you have to buy the ability. And as you saw with like what I had an insane amount of ability points, which was from doing New Game Plus, from playing repeatedly, and from doing like the Drakme glitches. The Drakme glitch in this one, or the Drakme, the constant Drakme thing, was how I was able to purchase all of the points that I have. Oh yeah, they did that ever since this one. It was always an option to buy. Man, I had videos where I was showing people how to get the carbon crystals. Like, this is actually taking me back. I did so many videos on this. This game is actually where like I really started getting big as a YouTuber. Because I was showing people like how to do all kinds of stuff in this game. And this is like where I started getting the most hate as well. People were like really starting to hate me. But I didn't give up. And here I am today.
Hey. You are dead!
What are you doing?
Hey, witch!
That's crazy. Mastery 630. No, it wasn't so much an XP glitch here as it was in... Here, let me see if I can do it. Hold on. I have to leave this area.
Hang on.
I'll show you guys how to do it. And it gets harder like the more XP you got. Let me see. Let me go back to the main Egypt. I don't even think I have the Hidden Ones Bureau on this one. I don't think I completed the main story. But we'll see. When you complete the main story, there is an Assassin's Bureau, and you can buy these tablets, and each tablet gives you 1,000 XP. So in order to get those things, you can actually go and obtain money for it. So in order to obtain the money, there was like a little farming spot where you got like ridiculous amounts of money every couple of minutes. And that's like how like sometimes I would buy my Heka chests. That's how I did like so many different things. Ooh, fresh laundry. I play everywhere. I actually have a studio that like I built in my basement. Right now I'm in my living room because like my entire family's here. But I have game systems in my room, in the living room, my studio. My studio actually looks like the Batcave. Aha! So I do have a Bureau of the Hidden Ones. I did complete the main... Okay. Yeah, people always ask me if I have a man cave. My man cave is called the house. Well, Ubisoft did after all these, like questions and everything like that. They're patching it. That's why you can't use Call to Arms effectively. All right, so this is the Hidden Ones Bureau over here in Memphis, in the main Egypt area. So when you talk to this guy, one of the things you could buy is this tablet of knowledge. He usually has like a bunch of like really cool legendaries too that you can buy. So every time you buy the tablet of knowledge, it's for 1,000 of the drachma, and you get 1,000 points. You need like 20 of them, I believe, in order to like level up, in order to gain like an ability point.
A fair trade. All right. A fair trade.
Oh, 600 is definitely enough. That's more than enough. Let me see. Now it's not catching up. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I already got a second ability point just by doing that. So that's what you would have to do in order to get it. So, like, we would come over here. We would buy the ability points repeatedly. And that's how you did that. But now there is... And let me see if I can remember the exact spot. It's a really goofy... I want to say it's here. Is it there? I know it's by one of these deserts. I actually do want to say it's here. So we'll try there. Yes, the tree one where the bandits spawn in. Once you get there, all you have to do is just keep killing those guys. And then once you're done... Once you're done, what do you call it? You end up getting just a ton of freaking drachma. But the thing is that if you had all the DLCs, that's when you got like the best sort of XP or gear. You can just keep killing those guys repeatedly. Well, one of the things that I heard from a very reliable source is that Ubisoft has been watching my videos, especially since everybody's been yammering on about the ore glitch. And they saw the video where I did the April Fool's joke, where I said you have to do X amount of Call to Arms with Bayek and Aya in order to do in order to get the Axe of Kratos, and they looked into that. And they kind of broke it themselves. Oh, they will. They're trying to patch the freaking aura glitch because everybody keeps yammering on about it. Okay, so yeah, this is the spot. So we got this campfire. Here's the area so that you guys can see in Sakara Nome. It's pretty much west of this fast travel point over here, this Cobra layer and everything like that. Memphis. You're gonna come out here to like this thing that kind of looks like a tree. And you'll see that campfire there. You're gonna chill here. You're gonna hide behind this rock. And you're gonna day and night, day and night. Okay, now there should be all those guards there. There they are. So all the guys with the big shields are the guys you're going to want to kill. Ouch! Yaha. And as you can see, he gave me 500 of the drachma. Kill the next guy. So now I got 1,000 drachma. Kill that guy. I'm going to have 1,500 drachma. And sometimes there's a fourth guy, and you'll get like 2,000 drachma. And obviously you do this a lot quicker than I'm doing it right now. Is there a fourth guy? No, there's no fourth guy. Okay, so now you just let them all kill you. If they can kill me, because I'm OP. Okay, you desynchronize, you're going to come back now. Now I'm dead. I come back to life. I come back here. Wait, here's going to be... Oh, I'm going to do something fun. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Ah, yes. Okay, wait. Here, we'll equip... Instead of using this firebomb, we'll equip our sleep darts, which is one of my favorite things to do, in case you don't know how to do this in any of the Assassin's Creed games. There we go. We're going to equip that. Okay, so we're going to day and night. Yep, I remember that. Okay, so now I get up. All those guys are there. So now this is what we're going to do. Where the heck is that fire? There's that fire. Oh, man. I did it too late. I should have actually done it first and then... Okay. Where the heck is the campfire? There it is. All the way over here. Okay. We're going to throw it in here.
We cannot fail our mission.
Look, everybody passes out. Which leaves you free to easily murder all the guys with the shields. While everybody sleeps. Oh, there was only 2 this time. That's buttocks.
Die, you worm.
Okay, so you let them kill you. You stand in the fire or whatever.
Got the light. Shit.
Oh, there's the 3rd guy. There we go. So this was like the fastest way to get like the drachma. I'll die again. And then I'll do this thing the right way. And this is the worst part about being OP on this file, is because it takes so long for you to die. All right, now we'll do this the correct way. Watch this. I've got my sleep dart activated. I'm going to go to the fire. We're going to throw it in the fire. And then we're going to day and night. And now when we come back, everybody's just going to pass out. Except that guy for some reason. And like any of those darts, you could do that with like anything. You could do it with like fire, you could do it with like bombs, you could do it with like the sleep arrows, anything. And that's like across every Assassin's Creed game.
Have your guts for that. I will push on.
So there we go. We killed those guys. Those are the guys with the shields, the big shields. Now we'll die and we'll just keep doing it. And that's how you did it.
Target in range.
Yeah, there was that one carriage mission where like you went to do the mission and you just you poisoned the guards. Anybody else that spawned would die.
Whoa.
In fact, hold on, let me show you my old way that I used to like gain XP. Here we go, Alexandria. This is like one of my favorite places that I used to go to. All right, so what I used to do here,
Clear the way.
I'd find a soldier. I'd actually, hold on, let me see if I could, oh, I'm right here in the middle. This is where we're going to go, to the Great Library. So, find a soldier, kill him.
Hey. You die.
Try not to kill other soldiers, but they're going to pop up.
I'll have your guts.
Okay, there we go. Dude is dead. We're going to pick him up. We're going to carry him over by the library. What's happening, Roman? Now, this is the funny part. Sometimes I'll kill like one or two guys and make sure that they're like on both sides of the street, right? We take them. We put them in the middle of the street here. And then you got to remember, my poison is so high, it can kiss the sky. Look at that, 105, right? So now I'm going to poison his body with flesh decay. I'm going to walk away. I used to come like right up here, and I used to just wait here. Now that poison, that poison is working. You see how that poison is? Anybody who touches that poison is going to die now. So like any guards that walk by, any people that walk by, they're all dead. Horses. And you can kill the entire town. Like I used to do this. Go to sleep. Here, look. There's somebody walking by. See? Got poisoned. He's going to drop. He drops. He's covered in poison. He'll poison somebody else. And it'll continue. So like what I used to do was do that. And then I used to like go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and the whole screen is full of just bodies. And I've got like X amount of levels and ability points. I'm good, Roman. Of course, it's like nighttime, so nobody's out. So let's try daytime and see what happens. All right, let's poison this body again. Let's pick him up.
Hey, what?
Let's get him closer here.
Hey. You will pay, corpse!
Won't survive an encounter.
What are you doing?
Hey!
Die, worm.
There you go. You see how they got poisoned? Look at how much damage he took getting poisoned. They're taking poison damage. Come on over, guys. Come die over here.
You'll suffer for that.
Look at that. Just dropped. Got a 2 kill. That guy died. Then you could loot the bodies.
Move. Clear off.
Those guys just rode by. They'll be poisoned. Look at that. People over there. That guy just died from poison. I used to be an adventurer, and yes, I did take an arrow to the knee. This used to be my thing, and then like I would go to sleep, I would wake up the next morning, and like the entire town was like just covered in bodies. See, look, people just dropping, horses dropping. By the time all was said and done, like you would wake up and you would have like 30 levels if you got like a good solid 8-hour sleep. And that was the beginning. That was like before I even had such a high seer count. Look at this. This guy just witnessed his friend die. Look at these people. They're just all dropping. Horses, camels, everybody. That was like the old method. That's like one of the first methods I used. Look, you got people dying all the way over here. There were so many methods for this. Do you? What are you going to be? I still remember the glitch that they had where like you could be riding your chariot, hit like a bump, and go flying in the air. That was another big glitch that they had. What's happening, class? What's happening, James?
Τι συμβανέστη! Πέδες, λέξον μη!
Watch out, coming through. Clear off now.
Άλογος πράξης αλόγου ανθρώπου. Μη με
Τι
ταράτετε.
Λέξον! Λέξον!
No, you missed nothing good. I showed the drachma glitch in this, and then I showed my poison glitch that I used to use originally. Hey, that's fine, Jason. People find my voice very sexy. And then some people find my voice like a grandpa for some reason. There's another one you couldn't steal the boats, but they started with the boats. You see that? The only boats you could use were the little ones. I remember in Odyssey, I actually, what do you call it? In Odyssey, I was on my boat and a whale, like, you know how you see the whales come out of the water? A whale actually landed on my boat and destroyed it. Yeah, you guys could send me any friend requests on PSN. You know, like I can't answer like immediately sometimes, and like sometimes like I won't answer or whatever. Ooh, look at this image of the day. Like if I'm streaming or if I'm like busy with something, I'm cutting videos, like sometimes I won't answer, but like I try to answer as often as I can. There are some people that will like hit me with like a million invites to party. And if like I don't answer immediately, they'll hit me with like a million more. It's like crazy. One kid was bugging out. He kept hitting me with like invites to join his party, and then he sent me like a bunch of messages like join already. And I was like, "Okay, you are banhammered. Goodbye." Yeah, you couldn't do the bad voice? Didn't end well? Really? You don't like the content update? I was playing Skyrim 3D. I got like the 3D thing. Does anybody have the 3D for for PlayStation? Anybody have the VR headset? That thing is epic. So epic. I have Borderlands in 3D. I'm like running around doing my thing. Skyrim in 3D. I accidentally like swung the thing and hit Lady Strider in the boob, and she got mad and like kicked me in the sack. And I felt that, and I thought it was like one of the guardsmen that actually did that. And I was like, wow, this VR is a little too real.
Ne impressore in puer! Iam duplex! Siste! Ne tu! Et dabo vos in consumationem!
Qui look, prohibere! Regladius meus
I don't.
tibi!
I'm not such a fan of the weekly mercenaries and the epic ships. I would like to see more come from them. It would be cool if they gave us like maybe like I don't know, maybe 1 week a month where the mercenary gave us like some new legendary gear. And then, you know, it kept us hooked because every month you would have to like see if the mercenary was going to drop another piece of gear. That would be cool. Or if they gave us like some kind of challenge with the things, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't think the VR needs to be improved. I think it's great. I think it's like crazy. The optimal thing for the VR is that you really do need space. So if I'm in my living room, I have a ton of space. And we have like the goofiest freaking like like family game nights ever. Like we'll all be like playing with the thing.
I should be
Beat
cautious
Saber,
around
we'll
here.
all play. We'll take turns. And it's funny, but like if I don't have the space up here in the living room, I'll do it down in the studio. And if I don't do it in the studio, if like I try to do it in the bedroom, that's definitely not going to work because I don't have like the space in the bedroom. Oh yeah, English. Odyssey was definitely a big upgrade. That was the thing. Honestly, and everybody who asks me if they should get Origins, I tell them all the time, like, you really do need to get it because it is, number one, a great game. Number two, you'll see a lot of differences between the two, a lot of similarities between the two, and you'll see like the improvements, the differences. The only thing that upset me was that Odyssey, their first DLC, Legacy of the Hidden Blade, I feel like it wasn't long enough. It was 12 hours start to finish, and I kind of feel like it could have been larger. But now with Atlantis, it's super large. The first episode alone took you 10 hours to like complete everything if you did everything. Each of the Legacy of the Hidden Blade DLCs only took you 4 hours to complete everything per DLC. Now, like my feelings on DLC is if you're gonna make a DLC, that DLC needs to expand on the universe that you've created. So a lot of Assassin's Creed's DLCs always expand. Either it gives you a new area, or with the areas that they work in, they give you new stories, which I think are absolutely fabulous. That is what a DLC is supposed to do. When I got Far Cry 5, and let me preface it with this. First of all, I am not solely a Ubisoft channel. Somebody accused me of that before. That's not what I do. I just like a lot of like single player games because I love the stories. I got Far Cry 5. I got the season pass. Got the Vietnam DLC. I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, okay, it really didn't capture my interest. Got the Mars DLC. I was so disappointed in it. I thought it was just goofy. I thought it was like the silliest thing. I was like, what is this really doing? This isn't expanding on the world. This is like, like Destiny, if like Destiny was created by like my son playing with his toys, like it was like really crazy. And then when we got to the zombie one, which I was waiting for, I was dying to see like what this DLC was going to be. And when I got it, it was absolute crap. To me, it was just a bunch of, what's up? I don't have a name. You have a name now. I thought the zombie DLC was just a bunch of the arcade mode games slapped together. Like they took like the best arcade games that like a bunch of people had, they put it together and they said, okay, this is a DLC. I was so furious, literally furious. I wrote to Ubisoft, I demanded my money back for the season pass. And I got it. I gave them a list of grievances and I told them what my problem was. They gave it right back. They gave their apologies and they let me keep the DLC. And I still don't play the DLC. Biggie Balls! Welcome back. Well, you know what though? Even though it didn't open up a new world, and you know, like I understand that, at the same time, I was okay with it because it did expand on the story itself. It used the same areas. It, you know, like added to some of the same areas. There are certain caves and everything, if you notice, that weren't there before. It added to it, but and it actually expanded on the story. But now, what do you call it? The thing that upset me
What
was
is
that
this
it was
madness,
short.
old man? Your eyes have been ravaged.
Yes, a manticore devoured them.
A mythical beast stole your sight.
With the face of a woman.
Yeah, there
and the
weren't that
body
many
of a
missions,
lion.
but in
That is one ferocious lion.
the Atlantis DLC, there's
Before
tons
he
of them.
returns, take me to my friend Theramenes at the clinic. He will know.
You gotta understand.
Madness is your
The
bedfellow.
Atlantis
I cannot
DLC,
leave you here to be eaten by beasts.
there is 10 hours of gameplay. That is pretty much the entire 3 episodes
There
of
are
Legacy
many
of the
wild
Hidden
animals
Blade.
about. Do you not have a bow?
That's messed up.
A bow against a manticore?
My bow has killed 1,000 beasts.
Ah, are you the griffin? Spiriting me off?
Be still,
You,
Galenos.
okay,
It is
so
me, Bayek, your savior.
SWTOR TV. In order to even play Legacy of the First Blade, you have to get to Chapter 7 of the main story of Odyssey. Okay, that's number
I
one.
hope so.
They won't let you, you know, play like, you know, like if you just bought Odyssey today with the season pass, you can't immediately just go into it. You have to be at least Chapter 7. It doesn't have anything to do with the main story, though. So you don't have to complete the main story in order to play the DLC. It will make sense even without that, you know. But they did want you to play up to at least Chapter 7 so you have some information on what's going on. And yeah, class, I do agree with you. There was like a lot of filler. To me, it felt like there was maybe 2 solid hours of actual story, and the other 2 hours were like fetch quests.
Are you the healer Theramenes?
You got it.
Yes, is that Galenos? By the fates, what happened to him?
I found him by the road, crying that the manticore took his eyes.
And his wits along with them. I have honey and euphrasia, but the temple purloined my more exotic supplies.
I've brought him this far, so what do you need?
You'll help? Wonder of wonders, I will give you a list.
Oi, vakjevmeno nun eschete.
Here's like a really funny story, right? When I first got my PS3, I bought the original Assassin's Creed and I bought BioShock. And I did not think that I was going to like BioShock, but I liked it so much I played it more than I played Assassin's Creed. Then when I beat BioShock, I went back to Assassin's Creed and I played that like a lunatic. Yeah, that was an illusion of choice, Hermes' character. No, I thought that the DLC was okay because it introduced us to a new order. It introduced us to Darius, which I thought was awesome. Um, anything to do with my mom's vagina, I avoid. So I don't. I have no response to that. Wow. No. Okay. Yeah. Moving along. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So all right, English. Take it easy. Thank you for joining. Feel free to join in the future. Dude, that's the weirdest thing ever. For somebody to actually ask you a question like that, like I don't even know how to respond. All the Striders were huge kids. I was the runt at I think 8 pounds. I forget how many ounces. Dawn Strider, the next in line, my sister, she was 10 pounds and change. You know what? I don't think that they thought that through either, class. I don't think that they because when we get to Assassin's Creed 2, like there's a lot of stuff in there that they didn't think of. Like they put Amunet, they put Darius, there's like 4 assassins, and that's another video that I did where there are like 4 assassins that predate Origins. And I was like, wait a minute, if Origins is the originating, these all come way before then. What's going on? That's true, class, but the thing is, at the same time, like, I mean, is anything really accurate in history? Let me give you like a quick history lesson, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody who's Christian or, believes in Jesus or anything like that. But I'm going to give you like an actual fact, and it actually has something to do with Assassin's Creed at the same time. Cesare Borgia in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed Revelations. Well, no, I think he's only in Brotherhood. Yeah. Do you know that the Borgias were an actual family? There actually was a Rodrigo Borgia, a Cesare Borgia, the sister. There were other Borgias, and they were all just absolutely sick in the head. They all actually did sleep with each other and everything, like they say in like the game and whatnot. Totally the same. Now, the thing is that when Rodrigo Borgia was Pope, which he did become, it's actual fact. You could look it up. Okay. He did not like the depictions of Jesus Christ. So he wanted painters to actually change the depictions of Jesus Christ and make them look more like his son. So Cesare Borgia, the image that we're seeing of Jesus Christ is actually Cesare Borgia. It's not actually Jesus Christ. Where in Assassin's Creed did they tell you that, Biggie Balls? But that's kind of the interesting part about Assassin's Creed, the series. Like, at the same time that
Let's see what the Ramones can do with this.
we are, like playing the game, we're actually seeing actual history as well. You know? Yeah, I mean, feel free to look it up. Like that's an actual fact. Like they will tell you. The church is going to deny it. The church is going to say no, that's wrong. Jesus always looked like that. My problem with the church, I grew up Christian. My problem with the church is like, where in the Middle East do we find a bunch of dudes named Mark, Simon, John, Paul? They all have like different names. Like they very, like maybe there's an Ahmed out there, there's an Abbas, there's an Altair. there's no John Paul or anything like that. And I'm not trying to get religious or anything like that. I'm not trying to get political. But honestly, if you look it up, if you look up the details, when Rodrigo Borgia was in power around the time of Assassin's Creed 2, that's when they started changing over the depictions of Jesus. That's why Jesus looks the way he does. What you're seeing is not Jesus Christ. You're actually seeing Cesare Borgia, his son. And the reason behind that was because Rodrigo Borgia thought that more people from the West would be more accepting of what, and throughout Europe would be more accepting of what Jesus looked like if he looked more like a white person. And again, like I said, like I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to change your views on religion. You believe what you believe. It doesn't matter to me. But from what my research has shown me, that is what it is.
I must be careful now.
And I was kind of blown away. I was blown away. I explained that to my mom. My mom is old school Catholic. Hispanics, how they are. And she was just like, no, Dark, I tell you, that is not Jesus, that is Jesus. That is not Cesare, that is Jesus himself. I see him in my sleep, I see him in my dreams. He looks like that. He don't look like what you tell me he look like. A lot of people don't know that, free will. And the thing is that, at the same time, you need knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think that's why I love the Assassin's Creed series, because literally nothing is true, everything is permitted. And throughout history, we find instances that happens. That's why Assassin's Creed, that's why a lot of their stuff works, because there's so much history and things that you could work with and whatnot, and you can see that stuff. So that's what you're actually seeing. That's why you really, when you see some of these games, it's fictional, but a lot of the stuff that they're dealing with is based on actual study or things that have actually happened. There actually is a Shroud of Veronica, Veronica being the woman who supposedly wiped Jesus' face, the sweat off his brow as he was carrying the cross. And when she did that, his image appeared on the cloth. And the cloth actually exists, and people thought that it was just somebody who painted his image on the cloth. They took a look at the cloth. That's how they've done 3D rendering of what he would look like now, and he totally doesn't look like the Jesus that we see, in Catholic school.
Its venomous sting will paralyze a man instantly. I could have some use for that. Medicinally speaking, of course.
Of course. Farewell, Ferramines.
Farewell, Bayek. And watch out for manticores.
Τι συμβάνε στη.
Ο υπαρχευμένον έσχεται.
I really hope they do Discovery Tour for freaking Odyssey. That would be so awesome. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go to the title screen. We're gonna play some Odyssey Tour or Odyssey Tour, Discovery Tour. What's wrong with me? I love Discovery Tour. Wait a minute, what am I doing here? I'm Layla Hassan. What's going on? I do too. Wait, why is Layla here? Why? What was I discovering? Oh, here we go. Tours. Oh, you can reset all the tours. That's what it is. You could choose your character in the Discovery Tour. That would be cool. Oh, no, no.
Welcome to the major regions of Egypt.
This is actually how the Discovery Tour works, which is awesome. And I would love to see them do this in Odyssey. Go to the next point.
Life in ancient Egypt was concentrated along the shores of the Nile and divided into two regions. Lower Egypt was situated on the Nile Delta near the Mediterranean, and Upper Egypt was at the south reaching into Africa. Due to its proximity to the Mediterranean, temperatures in Lower Egypt were less extreme than in Upper Egypt.
Like, look at that. They give you maps, they give you text, they give you a narration. They give you all kinds of like crazy stuff. I would love to see this in Odyssey. I would love to see them explain like a lot of the stuff that went on in Odyssey. And then choose like the character you want, because I know in this one it was Layla, Retta. You could be Bayek's son, Bayek,
Until
Aya.
3100 BCE and the unification of Egypt, each region had its own pharaoh and crown. Lower Egypt's crown was red and marked with symbols of papyrus and bees. Upper Egypt's crown was white with symbols of lotus and sedge grass.
Oh no, my Discovery Channel will be much worse. And here we are. I see one of the most dangerous animals you've ever encountered. This tiger will tear me apart in 5 seconds if I so much as breathe near him. He's just kind of crazy like that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go stick my thumb in his kawanga and see what happens. That would be my Discovery Channel. And I would go stick my
Both
thumb
regions
in his
had
kawanga
competing major cities,
in order to see if I
most notably
survive.
Memphis in Lower Egypt and Thebes in Upper Egypt. There were different religious cults in both regions, each worshipping their own major gods.
Thanks, Jason. A lot of people say that.
Many of the temples were designed in such a way as to represent the two regions, and ceremonies often incorporated Upper and Lower Egypt in their rituals.
Oh, it's Lesio. Hey, listen, look, I'm not doing a twerk video. Because you can just explore by yourself afterwards, which is kind of cool. Let me see. I know there's a way to change. Oh yeah, look at the characters. Hold on. See, you could be Bayek, Aya of Alexandria. I didn't even know that's what she was. I thought she was Aya of Seba. Julius Caesar. Cleopatra. William Miles. Bill Miles the Science Guy. Layla. Ptolemy. Camus, the murdered little kid. Shadia, another murdered little kid. Retta. Oh, Hasina was the girl that you like. Actor. Egyptian woman. Egyptian nobleman. Egyptian noblewoman. Roman soldier. Greek nobleman, Greek noblewoman. I don't know how loud I could moan. That, what? Greek man, Greek woman. Ptolemaic soldier. Bayek with Egyptian hedge. Bayek with Egyptian Urtu. Bayek with Egyptian rock. Bayek as a Persian commander. That's actually kind of cool. And these are all the things that you do. I did them all, and that's how I got the skin with Senu. Whoa, I don't think they had a Greek trans guy. Wow. Okay, so AD was like Annos Domini, which meant like after the death of Christ or something. BC was supposed to be before Christ, and now BCE is before Common Era. I like that. It's nice. Minus 3,000. Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom, Late Period, Ptolemaic Era. And somewhere around here, the Lake Period is Cassandra and Alexios. You could travel the map. Look at that. Were there Greek trans guys? Okay, wait, I don't want to be Bayek. I want to be Layla and go find the Great Sphinx. I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to give you a full video on the Drachme glitch, which will be coming either today or tomorrow. Just don't ask about the Gore glitch because you guys asked about it enough and now they patched it. Or are in the process of patching it. Because my channel is being watched. I want a Layla Hassan game where we can actually play as Layla Hassan. The itch glitch. Does that show up here? Wait, I wonder if it shows up in the main game. That would be hilarious. Alright, everyone. I'm going to end it right here. I might come back on later on and play something else. Or I might go on Twitch. I'll keep you posted on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any friends who have not liked and subscribed, force them to. Tell them that, you know, we'll kidnap their families if they don't. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And as always, thank you for watching.